Matthew, the 27th chapter, and I'm going to read to you starting in verse 27. Then the soldiers of the governor took Jesus into the governor's headquarters, and they gathered the whole battalion before him. And they stripped him, and put a scarlet robe on him, and twisted together a crown of thorns. They put it on his head, and put a reed in his right hand. And kneeling before him, they mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they spit on him, and took the reed, and struck him on the head. And when they had mocked him, they stripped him of the robe, and put his own clothes on him, and led him away to crucify him. And they went out and found a man of Cyrene, Simon by name. They compelled this man to carry his cross. And when they came to a place called Golgotha, which means a place of a skull, they offered him wine to drink mixed with gall. But when he tasted it, he would not drink it. And when they had crucified him, they divided his garments among them by casting lots. Then they sat down and kept watch over him there. And over his head they put the charge against him, which read, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." I want you to just stop for a second this week as we think about all the things that happened in Passover. This here is just where it all just breaks apart, and Jesus is being beaten, he's being mocked, he is being tortured, and I encourage you this week to read the whole passage. We're going to be showing Friday night the Passion of the Christ, which shows you in movie form the whole crucifixion. I think it's really good to read through it and just let the weight of it sink deep inside, because it is truly, truly, as Jesus said, no greater love has any man than to lay down his life for a friend. That's what he does here in this passage. But the pain, the suffering, the abuse, the problems that he faces were not just from the weapons of the Roman soldiers, but they're from all of us, all of mankind. We all participate in the execution of Jesus because we have sinned. And if we had not sinned, there would be no reason for this execution. So we can't get too hard on the Jews. We can't get too hard on the Roman soldiers. We all participate in the execution of Jesus. So before we get to Easter and before we celebrate the resurrection, let's take a few moments today and think about how we participate in the execution of Jesus. What is our role in that? How have we contributed personally ourselves? And how does that draw you closer to God or further away from God? Once you ask yourself these questions, read the passage and pray. And just cry out to God this week. God bless you. Love you. Can't wait to see you on Sunday.